Herzlich willkommen, Devendra, and welcome to Module 4 of our Langmetra podcast, Everyday Grammar Toolkit. I'm Maria, your German teacher, and I'm so excited to dive into today's lesson with you.
Hallo Maria, I'm really looking forward to this. Last time we learned how to introduce ourselves and ask for basic things, which was super helpful. But I feel like I'm still missing that polite touch in my German.
That's a fantastic observation, Devendra, and you've hit the nail right on the head. Today, we're going to unlock what I call modal magic, focusing on 3 travel essential modal verbs: möchten, meaning would like, können, meaning can, and müssen, meaning must. These are your secret weapons for making polite requests and handling all sorts of real-life situations, whether you're ordering coffee, checking into a hotel, or asking for directions at a train station.
Oh, that sounds exactly like what I need. Sometimes I feel like I'm just saying, give me coffee, instead of I would like coffee, which probably isn't the best impression.
Precisely, Devendra. And that's where möchten comes in. It's much softer, much more polite than just saying I want. In English, we often use would like or could I have, right? Möchten is your German equivalent to would like.
Ah, okay.
So it's like I would like in English. Exactly. Now, let's learn how to use it. The basic structure for modal verbs in German is quite simple. You have the subject, then the conjugated modal verb, and then the main verb, the infinitive, goes all the way to the end of the sentence. It's a bit like a sentence sandwich. The modal verb is the filling, and the main verb is the other slice of bread at the very end.
A sentence sandwich. I like that analogy, Maria. So the main verb always goes to the end?
That's right, Devendra. The main verb in its infinitive form always goes to the end. Let's start with the conjugation of möchten. It's a fairly regular one, which is nice. I'll say it and then you repeat after me. Ready?
Ready.
Ich möchte, meaning I would like.
Ich möchte.
Excellent. Now for you, meaning informal singular. Du möchtest.
Du möchtest.
Very good. And for he, she, it, or man. Sie, es möchte.
Möchte, sie möchte, es möchte.
Perfect. You got all 3. Notice how ich and sie, es have the same form, möchte. That's a common pattern with modal verbs in German. Now for the plural forms. We would like. Wir möchten. Wir möchten. Great. You all would like, meaning informal plural. Ihr möchtet. Ihr möchtet. And finally, for they, or the formal, you. Sie möchten. Sie möchten. Wunderbar, Devendra. You've successfully conjugated möchten. Now let's put it into practice. How would you say, I would like coffee? Remember, coffee is Kaffee, and to drink is trinken.
Okay, so subject, modal verb, then the infinitive at the end. So, ich möchte Kaffee trinken.
Absolutely spot on, Devendra. Ich möchte Kaffee trinken. That's a perfect polite request. See how trinken is at the very end? Now try I would like water. Water is Wasser.
Ich möchte Wasser trinken.
Excellent. You're already forming full polite sentences. Now let's try a different verb. How about to eat? Essen. How would you say I would like to eat?
Ich möchte essen.
Perfect. And if you want it to be specific, like I would like to eat a sandwich, meaning a sandwich is ein Sandwich, how would that go?
Ich möchte ein Sandwich essen.
Fantastic, Devendra. You're really getting the hang of that sentence structure. That's a huge step towards sounding natural and polite in German. Let's do a quick role play. Imagine you're in a cafe. I'm the barista. What would you say if you wanted a coffee and a piece of cake, meaning ein Stück Kuchen?
Okay, let me try. Guten Tag. Ich möchte einen Kaffee und ein Stück Kuchen essen. Oh wait, essen for cake or haben, meaning to have?
Great question, Devendra. You could say essen for cake. It's not wrong, but often for things like cake or a drink, you'd use haben, meaning to have, or sometimes simply omit the verb if the context is clear. So, ich möchte einen Kaffee und ein Stück Kuchen haben would be even more natural. Or, even more concisely, ich möchte einen Kaffee und ein Stück Kuchen, bitte.
Ah, I see. So, ich möchte einen Kaffee und ein Stück Kuchen haben, bitte. Got it. Let me try that again. Guten Tag, ich möchte einen Kaffee und ein Stück Kuchen haben, bitte.
Wonderful, Devendra. That was much smoother, and adding bitte makes it even more polite. You're doing a fantastic job. Remember to review these phrases and conjugations on your Langmitra study cards after the lesson. It really helps to solidify them in your memory and improve your pronunciation.
I definitely will, Maria. That modal verb plus infinitive at the end rule is starting to click. It's like building blocks.
Exactly. And speaking of building blocks, let's move on to our next modal verb, können. Können means can or to be able to. It's incredibly useful for asking if something is possible or for making polite requests, just like möchten. For example, can I have or can you help me?
So it's like can in English, but I'm guessing the conjugation is a bit different.
You're right, Devendra. The conjugation of können is a bit more irregular than möchten, but it follows a common pattern for many German modal verbs. Let's go through it. Repeat after me. Ich kann, meaning I can.
Ich kann.
Good. Du kannst, meaning you can, informal singular.
Du kannst.
Excellent. Sie, es kann, meaning he, she, it can.
Kann, sie kann, es kann.
Perfect again. Notice again how ich and sie, es share the same form, kann. This is a very common feature of German modal verbs. Now the plurals. Wir können, meaning we can.
Wir können.
Good. Ihr könnt, meaning you all can, informal plural. Ihr könnt. And finally, Sie können, meaning they can / you can, formal. Sie können. Wonderful, Devendra. Now you have können. So how would you ask, can I help you? To help is helfen.
So kann ich Ihnen helfen?
Bravo, Devendra. That's absolutely perfect. Using Ihnen, meaning formal you dative, is exactly right for offering help politely. What about can you speak English? To speak is sprechen.
Können Sie Englisch sprechen?
Fantastic. You've nailed both the conjugation and the sentence structure. This is incredibly useful in any travel situation. Now, let's briefly introduce our third modal verb, müssen. Müssen means must or to have to. It expresses necessity or obligation. It's not usually for polite requests, but it's essential for understanding situations where things are required.
So less would you like and more you have to?
Exactly. Think of it for rules, obligations, or strong personal needs. For example, I must go or you have to pay. Let's quickly go through its conjugation. Repeat after me. Ich muss, meaning I must. Ich muss. Good. Du musst, meaning you must, informal singular. Du musst. Sie, es muss, meaning he, she, it must.
Muss, sie muss, es muss.
Excellent. Plurals. Wir müssen, meaning we must.
Wir müssen.
Ihr müsst, meaning you all must, informal plural.
Ihr müsst.
And Sie müssen, meaning they can / you can, formal. Sie müssen. Superb, Devendra. So if you were at the train station and needed to buy a ticket, you might say, Ich muss eine Fahrkarte kaufen, meaning I must buy a ticket. To buy is kaufen.
Ich muss eine Fahrkarte kaufen. Okay, I can see how that's different from möchten or können.
Absolutely. And that distinction is key. Now, Devendra, let's talk a little about cultural nuances. In German-speaking countries, politeness is highly valued, particularly with strangers or in formal settings. This is why using Sie, meaning the formal you, and polite forms like möchten and können is so important. While Germans can sometimes seem direct compared to, say, English speakers, who might use more softening phrases, their directness is often about clarity, not rudeness.
That's interesting, Maria. In my culture, politeness is also very important, but sometimes it's expressed through very indirect language, almost to avoid sounding demanding. German seems to be polite, but still quite clear and to the point.
That's a wonderful comparison, Devendra. You've really grasped the essence of it. German communication values clarity, but always within a framework of respect, especially when addressing someone formally. Using bitte, meaning please, and danke, meaning thank you, generously goes a long way too. It's a sign of good manners, just as it is in many cultures around the world.
So it's not just about the words, but how I use them and who I'm talking to.
Exactly. And that's why practicing these modal verbs is so crucial. Let's do a quick rapid-fire review. I'll say the German word, and you tell me what it means and try to use it in a short phrase. Ready, Devendra?
Ready.
Möchten.
Would like. Ich möchte einen Kaffee.
Excellent. Können.
Can or to be able to. Können Sie mir helfen? Meaning, can you help me?
Perfect. And müssen.
Must or to have to. Ich muss jetzt gehen. Meaning, I must go now.
Wow, Devendra, that was fantastic. Compare how you said those phrases at the beginning of our lesson versus now. There's a huge difference in your confidence and accuracy. You're truly making remarkable progress.
Thanks, Maria. I feel much more confident already. The sentence sandwich analogy really helped.
I'm so glad to hear that. You've done an amazing job today learning 3 incredibly useful modal verbs. Remember, practice is key. Try to form at least 10 different polite requests using möchten and können in various scenarios. Ordering food, asking for information, checking into a hotel. You can find all these conjugations and example sentences in the vocabulary section on Langmaker. Don't forget to also try out the practice exercises there to improve your pronunciation and test your understanding.
I will, Maria. I can definitely see how these will make a big difference when I travel.
They absolutely will, Devendra. And that brings us to the end of today's modal magic lesson. You've taken a huge step towards sounding more natural and polite in German. Keep practicing, and you'll be navigating German-speaking countries like a pro in no time.
Vielen Dank, Maria. This was so helpful.
Gern geschehen, Devendra. Next time, we'll build on this by learning how to ask for and understand directions, using even more practical phrases for getting around. So get ready to explore the city. Until then, tschüss.
Tschüss.
Before we recap, one quick ask. What worked for you in this lesson? What felt hard? And what topic should we teach next? Drop it in the comments. Your feedback shapes what we build next.
One language sets you in a corridor for life. Learn language with podcast. Subscribe.